Oh, it's good to see we've finally got 2 viewers on here. Jesus Christ, you were giving me the creeps then. Oh, it's good to see though. Hello, Dougie, can you hear me? I wonder if you can hear me. Seems that he can't hear me. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I have. Hang on. Okay, thanks. Alrighty then, people. Oof. First ever time commentating, so I might be a little bit rusty. Hopefully not too bad. But time for Singapore. Any particular favourite that you have to win this race, Dougie? Any drivers to look out for? Mm-hmm. Yes, I believe he did too, yes. Alright, so let's start being honest. Who's going to be knocked out in Q1? Eesh. So on current form, it's not looking too well for them. Alright, now let's talk about your favourite driver, Alcatraz. Do you suspect him of crashing into turn 1 this race? Turn 1, lap 1? that's one very unique way of putting it. Yeah, puts his head down. Mm. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Yeah, so he'll either have a driver of the day performance or he'll crash horribly into something. Who knows what. But, um, anyway, on to qualifying here. Wogboy, Cutsy, and Corrupted out on their outlaps. Actually, almost everybody out on their outlaps. Do you prefer getting out early and trying to put down a banker time first, or do you wait until the very end of the session, save your tyres, and punch out a lap at the end of the conditions are most likely to be ideal? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Now, people in the comments section, can you hear any audio? Because I can't at the moment, and I'm just wondering if you can. Any engine audio particularly? Because, yeah, I've got absolutely nothing. Yeah, no, I've got... Ah, that. No engine audio. Well, that's great. We should have brought Dermy along so he can do the engine noises, but there you go. We just have to make do with silent cars. This is what Formula One's going to be in 2025. Completely electric engines. This is as much as you're going to hear in the future of Formula One. Anyway, Toddster has put in his banker lap, a 1:36.6. Not a bad lap time. I'm sure it's quite easily beaten. Salted urethra there. 36.6. Oh, just missing out by 200ths of a second there. Oh well, that's a bit crap that we don't actually have engine audio, but there you go. Anyway, Wogboy, speak of which, goes to the top of the tables, a 1:35.9, beat Todster by 7/10ths of a second. Alcatraz for pole. Highly, highly unlikely that's going to happen. It's the same chance with him winning the race. Like I said before, he'll either have a driver of the day performance or he's going to crash into someone turn one. It's his style. That's not a bad lap time as well. 2/10ths quicker than Todster. Now, I've just noticed this. Everybody, oh my word, I just moved away from that. Damn it! I was just on Barter's camera there, and I moved away. Oh, for crying out loud. I missed a golden opportunity there. A gold mine of view. Oh, bugger. Oh, well. And just made contact. Eesh. But what I was just about to say, everyone's on softs. So would that mean everyone's going to try for the medium compound in Q2? And very critical around here. Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, if they're on the softs at the front of the grid and they get, oh, what's the transit time in the pit lane? Uh, if they manage to build up a margin, say 15 seconds, and that's a very big if, the two-stop is doable, but you almost have to set qualifying lap times every single lap in order to try and pull it off. Mm. 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 Another thing that I haven't quite considered is the weather, because as spectators we aren't sure of what's going to happen in the race, and if it does turn out to be intermediate conditions or wet conditions for the start, they'll be probably throwing on the softs for Q2, probably. Yellow's in sector 3. Now, you've raced in both, in several leagues that some people in the comments section may know of, and you definitely know of. It's uh, sound issues. Oh, okay. I didn't realise there were sound issues. I do have a bit of a blocked nose, which doesn't help, but regardless of that, I don't think anything's wrong. I'll check after the race. I don't want to interrupt the viewing now. But, yellow sector 2. But anyway, comment section. I know you can hear me. Who do you think will win this race? Now, most likely it will be Wogboy. He's pretty much god-tier driver around here, so it's not a bad call to go for him. But who do you want to see win? Other than Alcatraz, of course, because that's out the window. $20 on Wogboy. We should do that in the Discord. We should. We should put bets down in the Discord. It'll make everything more interesting, more on edge. So let's see, Wild Boy, Breno 23, Toddster. All very... And with only 6 minutes to go, yes, you're right, he's definitely in trouble. Has he got... Oh, yes, I forgot about this. There's lap times. Telemetry. I completely forgot about the telemetry bullshit. Oh, Jesus Christ. Rightio. Alright, we better concentrate towards the back half of the field because most likely the top 10 isn't going to go out again. Most likely. Yeah, it seems like that from Corrupted. Apparently, no, I think he'll be okay there. He might be on the bubble. It depends what... Let's see the competitiveness down below. Cutsy, he's in the pits right now. Very lazy. Tower is a very capable driver. How much time does he have to increase by? By about a second. So, to overtake Alcatraz. So I think Alcatraz is pretty safe in P10. I think we'll probably see him in Q2. Conehouse, I'm not too sure about. He's half a second down on Lazy Tail. Yeah, I think he might be getting knocked out in Q1. Unless, of course, he had a mistake on the lap. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So apparently Conehouse did indeed make a mistake on his first flying lap. He lost about half a second, so that's where it must have disappeared to. So... Well, obviously Alcatraz doesn't think he's safe. He's out on an out lap. He wants to make sure he gets into Q2. Down in P11 now. He's on 2-lap old softs. So, not quite sure why he's running them. He seems to be pretty safe at the moment. But here we go. This is a fight for Q2 for all the drivers down here towards the bottom. Nothing against them. It's obviously not their favourite track. I mean, me personally, I kind of hate this place. I kind of hate street circuits in general. Not particularly my favourite. Yellow sector 1. Oh my word! A semi-pro, 5-place grid penalty for a serious collision. What on earth happened there? Well, he's definitely starting from plumb last then. That's if he... Conehouse. My word. Okay, what on earth is Wogboy? Wogboy's on an outlap. Why on earth is he on an outlap? Just doing another run. It just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, don't you love it when your controller decides to switch off? Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's take you on one flying lap around Singapore. Sector 2 yellows. I'm sure it's nothing. Yeah, it's probably a driver slowing down. Oh, but really disappointing there isn't any engine audio. That is incredibly disappointing. Yes, you're right, very early apex. Have to run it, oh, not quite all the way out towards the wall, a bit more conservative. And he does have to deal with traffic, one of the Toro Rossos. P12 for Breno, so he's in Q2. Very disappointing from the very lazy tail. Let's see, Conehouse in the McLaren. Can he do anything? 38.3 he has to beat. Oh, 0.03 of a second off. Oh, unlucky there for the McLaren driver. And Cutsy will come across the line. Last driver. Oh, and he has a Halloween helmet too. That's quite nice. I haven't seen anyone wear one of those yet. But that should complete Q1. Most of the obvious suspects make their way through. Oh, engine audio. Hello. Where did you come from? How long does it take to stop the stream and reboot? Oh, not too long. Might miss one of the segments of qualifying, but Hooter Magic in third place in the Renault. A little bit concerning considering there's half a second between first and third. Yes, comment section, there's engine noise now. We're suddenly back in 2019 where we still use proper engines. Exactly right. It was, yes. Oh, don't tell me we lost. I've lost all audio. That's not good. All audio back. Right. More technical difficulties. Yeah. Everything just went dead for like 5 seconds. It was kind of concerning. He's quite right. Yes, very interesting. Logboy on the soft compound tyre. Oh, just a sort of warm-up lap of sorts. Yes, lost the front right end plate of the front wing. Unlucky for him. It shouldn't hamper his efforts too much. Plenty of time left in the session. Logboy on a flying lap here on the soft compound tyre. Across the line. It's always nice to see a racing driver who knows what he's doing, isn't it? I don't think he missed a single apex in all of that. A very, very fine lap. 7/10 quicker. Well, that's why you're here, Martin Brundle. I'm merely a peasant who barely knows how to race one of these things. Hey. I haven't even noticed that. You're absolutely right. Rizzy Wick on the medium compound. Dear me, you're playing... Oh, you can't hear it. Oh my giddy aunt. I swear I switched it on. Hang on a minute. I swear I switched it on. Hearing me. I suppose I didn't. Hang on. Oh. Hang on, hang on. Dougie, are you there?
Yes.
Alright. I just want to see whether or not the stream can actually hear you now, because apparently they can't hear you.
They can't hear me.
Apparently not.
Let's see.
Oh, you can hear him now.
You can hear me now. Okay.
They can hear you now.
I've been talking for like the past 10 minutes.
Yeah. Dermy said
Yeah.
I shouldn't worry too much. He's probably sipping tea right now.
Yeah, probably am. I don't know how long I've been on mute for. Well, been quiet for apparently, but yeah.
36 minutes.
But
Excuse me.
36 minutes.
Yeah. Apparently you haven't. They only just told me now. They're bloody rubbish.
Well,
aren't they?
I've said a lot of things. I've said a lot of things in 36 minutes.
Oh.
I am not gonna go through it again. I guess we should restart again from Q2, from Q3.
It's okay now. They can hear you. Everything's okay now. Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you sure you can hear him? Comment section. Are you sure you can hear him?
Can you hear me?
it seems that a couple of drivers are opting to start on the softs. Even Todstar and Hooter Magic, yeah, they can hear you. Even
Again,
Corrupted, they're all opting for the soft compound tyre rather than starting on the mediums.
yeah, it's interesting that. When we were talking about Walkway's lap, when you didn't hear me, saying how it was kind of very good and everything like that. When you did that time on the soft, it was kind of interesting. I think you was trying to go for the long, soft hard strategy, or you could be doing
The two
the
stop.
two stop, which both are respectable strategies and they both work. So if you're quick enough, it's just whether or not you have the straight line speed to get to the DRS, because that's pretty much your overtaking opportunity around this track as well. So at the moment, Walkway is safe, guaranteed. If you want to really count, still 3 minutes to go. It's the cutoff point where 7-8 Chevron Pure Gold are yet to serve a time. Alcatraz needs to set a time again. A 37.3 is what you probably need to be safe. Or maybe let's say a 37.1 is what you probably need to be safe.
Not again.
As
No, oh, no Daniel audio is back again. Jesus Christ. For some reason
so
the
you got my
game...
audio and the game. So you got my audio and the game.
Lots of fun, lots of things to do. Oh dear. Anyway. But I don't know about you, but when I did a league race here in Singapore, I found the hard tyre unbearable. I'm not sure if it was just my car setup or it was actually just a tyre. But for me, doing a long run on the hard tyre, particularly in that race, would have just been unbearable. I just want to know, from your opinion, is the hard tyre a good racing tyre around here, or is it sort of a you have to use it sort of thing?
I think personally the medium tyre is probably the best race tyre around Singapore, because it brings good lap time and it lasts quite long. It's quite consistent. So medium tyre is very good. The hard tyre is okay. It is a bit horrible at first because it's cold and it obviously doesn't provide the same grip as the other two tyres, but you can, once you get them up to 70%, they can well for enough laps for you to actually be enjoying them. So it's just how you work tires. If you treat tires too kindly on the hard tires, then you will get the grip for a bit, but then they'll start to get too cold. If you overwork them, is probably the best time. It's the best time you probably get them for a few laps before they'll start to go off again. So you just have to balance it where you get the right amount of grip from both tires, well, from both like of your pace and how you be able to treat them to be able to get the lap time. As everyone is already on their final runs, and
Okay, well, one of the drivers definitely out of the session is Alcatraz, P11. He's definitely not going to Q3. Breno 23 is another. Cutsy is on a flying lap on 3-lap old mediums, which bit of an interesting call. Seems that Pure Gold is also on the flying lap.
Do you believing that he can actually make it with these tires if he get a 37, 50 to 37 to Corrupted and 7-9.
And Pure Gold jumps from 15th to 5th. Wow.
So corrupted under pressure. If he can knock out
He is
7,
knocked out. There you go. Oh. No, wait,
could
he's
he?
corrupted on a flying
still
lap.
yet to finish. Yeah, he's still on his flying lap. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
7 pins. So can corrupted knock out 7 Just for the last corner.
Across the line.
He does.
P2.
Second.
What a lap. A 136.2.
But he will start on the soft tyre.
That is true.
7 is knocked out. Alcatraz, Brennan, Patsy, Papa G.
All seem to be knocked out. Oh. Well, it's good to see everything with the stream is running smoothly. Maybe.
Better now than the race.
Let's just hope the race goes nice and smoothly, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so drivers knocked out. Server Knight in the McLaren, only just by 1/10 of a second to Chevron. Alcatraz, Renault 23, Cupsy, and Papa G, all knocked out. And on current form, it seems that Wogboy is most likely to get pole position here.
Yeah, what's quite interesting is that even he set that time very early, and Cropper set that time late. 6/10 was still the difference, so I would say that Wogboy is probably favoured for pole position, 7/10. Everyone pretty much did a lap time in the mediums, except for the top 2. So only Wogboy is.
Will make it very, very interesting for the race to see what strategy the Renault and the Renault are going to.
Exactly, it should be an interesting Q3. Although we kind of have a sneaking suspicion it's probably going to get pole, but it's the battle for second place is going to be quite interesting because I don't know, because fresh tires, you never know. We might see a few surprises of it. As it is time for Q3.
Okay then, start of the final qualifying session here at Singapore. This will determine grid places 1 through 10, give us our pole sitter for the race just later on tonight, a bit later on, about 12 minutes later on.
Q3. And our top 10 are Champagne, Gani, Hotster, Magic, Salty Fury, Dress Chevron, Aussie Rick, Corrupted, Barters, Pure Gold, and Wogboy. All battling for pole position. Should be very, very close. Dare I say it's 2nd to 10, but you never know.
Yes, we just might never. Wogboy might just mysteriously put it into a wall, maybe. Maybe.
You never know. You can't count anyone out just yet.
Not yet. Definitely not here at Singapore.
Definitely not. Especially the strategy that they're doing. It's quite interesting. As Wogboy is going on the sometime, you know that. So. Now, Wogboy is actually very close to Aussie Rick. And pick up a bit, trying to create a gap for himself. His first is.
So it seems that Chevron will set the first flying lap here in QC. I believe he's the first person in this train right now.
Guess we'll go on board with Chevron. No, it's actually Bartos. Bartos.
Oh.
We'll go on board with him.
Oh, he's in turn 1. There we go.
Yeah, he's already into turn 2. Takes a wide line trying to open up the corner. It's a solid exit coming out of the exit. For the DRS straight, which isn't really a straight. But there you go. Takes it into 4th, holds it there, and does a short shift. Keeping it nice and tidy. It's a very steady lap. Very good. It's a good exit, comes through into turn 7. Fully cuts the single boss thing, and then just cuts the part of that side. Coming to the tight hairpin. Tries to get a good traction in first gear. Gets it, solid exit. Coming down into the final section, where it's probably the most flowing part of the track, really. Like, you get a nice flow to it, you get a nice, to it. Nails the apex just about fine. Coming into the bridge. Bridge goes. Tires starting to overheat a little bit, as these soft tires do not like these corners. Coming up to the final part, which is mostly flat, goes through and sets a 136.2. Chevron is nicks across the line. No, he betters that at 35.8.
35.8. So that's sure the time that Wogboy sets in Q2, I believe.
Pure Gold is next up. I see Rick P3 at the moment. No, Wogboy's next up. Invalid, I believe. Pure Gold. 35.7.
1/10 quicker than Chevron. Very nice time there.
Systematic. Just beats Pure Gold's time by 2 seconds.
Holy moly. Top Star across the line. Where will he go in the Red Bull? P4. Very close. Very, very close between the top 4. Just a bit over a 10th and a half separating them. Very good to see. But the man who's probably going to get pole World Boy, we'll ride on board. How about that? We'll ride on board with him, see how he goes.
His first lap. It wouldn't have put in pole, just 7. But because he did back up. But he is on another lap.
Some of the guys in the comments section are saying, is this Sky Sports Formula 1? Yes it is, actually. I've got Martin Brundle next to me here. He's doing a magnificent job today, even though you haven't heard him for the first 36 minutes of the show. But he's doing a magnificent job. And I'm more or less along for the ride. And Wogboy P3.
What's significant about that is that he said that in his second run on those tires.
Second run.
He invalidated. Yeah. But still nice and close. Half of the 400th of a second covering top 3.
And about a second and a half from first to 5th. And 3 other drivers haven't even put a lap time in yet.
Yep, corrupted solid refresh. Guys, I guess they're just saving tires just to do one run.
Right at the end of the session. But they have to be a bit careful with that, because everyone else will be thinking the same thing. So you have to time it right, so then you don't get thrown out into traffic. Because
yeah, exactly.
Especially at a place like this, if you get thrown into traffic, it most likely will ruin your run.
Yeah, it's all about spacing here. We all know track position is key, especially in qualifying. If you're too close to the car behind, you get that turbulent and it just doesn't help your lap.
few drivers out in their second hot lap, and this will most likely be their final runs because almost everybody used the soft compound in the first session. So this lap for Urethra, Rizzy Rick, Barters and Chevron will most likely be their last. Very hard to do a faster time on a second lap, 2-lap warm soft tyre.
So Sultan's going for one run, while I assume Aussie Rick, Barters, Chevron starting up their second runs, second and final runs potentially. It's actually really close. It's actually top 5 current by only a 10th.
I think we might be in for quite a good 3.5 minutes here. Guys going hammer and tongue, trying to get pole position. I think this might be a good little bit of time here. As Chevron goes on to his flying lap now.
Chevron. He takes a narrower line, which is interesting.
I did notice that, just a little bit narrower than everyone else does. Taxi apex a little earlier too.
Yeah, goes for a shorter run into the straight. That's the apex, but goes a little wide, loses the back end a little bit. It's the apex for turn 7. We're finding down to here. Oh, he goes too early.
Oh, that's massive.
Too early.
That is qualifying over for Chevron. P4 will be his best position unless somebody puts in a better lap time, of course.
Just brake, he tapped to brake a little bit potentially and just turned in too early. This is that done. Barters is still on his end.
He's got a fair amount of time to find.
Yeah, he just find half a second, but he was steady in his lap, probably push a little bit more in the final sector.
Into the final turn now.
So DRS now is fine.
P4.
P4, 35.8, so a better lap. But 35.8 when you put you P4. That's...
And to think if he was a 10th of second quicker, that's third. A 10th of the half, it's probably first. It's incredibly tight between these guys. It's fantastic.
Yeah, Barters and Chevron, almost identical times. And that's the difference between P4 and P5.
Servanite says you should stop doing F2 and just do commentary, so then you can give everyone else the win. Sorry, without you there, anyone else can win except you.
I'm not sure about that one, but it's a one-off. Anyway, it's a one-off.
You're too good, Dougie, that's the problem.
It's a one-off.
Okay, so
everyone else is on their laps. Magic starts his flying lap.
I believe Wogboy is on his flying lap as well.
Yeah, and so is Pure Gold. So the top 3 then all fighting for pole position.
So, this is it. The 1-lap showdown for pole position is on. Oh, this is going to be good. How much more have these guys got left in the tank? How much better has the track conditions evolved to allow faster times? I suppose we'll find out. Onto the back straight away for Woodboy. Trying to manage his ERS correctly. Make sure he uses every ounce of it.
That's good drive coming in the sector.
Oh, uses everything
too
there.
much, not sure if too much, not sure if about it or not, but looks like he's fine.
Into the final two corners. How much time has he gained? How much has he lost?
Even if Vieira's on the line at
35.5. Incredible time. Who's the magic?
Doesn't improve, so it's on pure gold.
Who's the magic? Just set a time then of 1:35.7.
Pure gold.
P1.
Takes pole position.
Well,
by 0.08 of a second. Pure gold steals pole position off Woodboy. Now that's a surprise. He's on the medium tire, let's not forget.
Wow. I really wasn't expecting that. So, wow, pure gold, pole position, 0.08 of a second to Woodboy. Who's the magic in P3 in the Renault? Barters in the Toro Rosso. 4/10 separate the top five. Incredible. Chevron P5 after that horrendous crash at the Singapore Sling. Toddster 6, Aussie Rizzy Wick 7th, 8th for Assaulted, 9th for Corrupted, 10th for Champagne. Wow. I really wasn't expecting that. I was expecting Woodboy to absolutely walk away with that, but his mistake in the final sector most likely would have cost him pole position here.
I think he probably lifted a little bit just to think he probably invalidated because he turned in up very early going into that second part for the tunnel. But yeah, pole position for pure gold is fair play. He starts on the mediums, as I said just now.
Starts in front of him and has the preferred strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Not looking good for Woodboy. However,
start could be key. Start could be key as well.
Yes, because the soft tyre, well, generally gives the better starts because it provides the most amount of grip. So, if Woodboy, and he's on the inside as well, so Woodboy really doesn't want to be stuck behind pure gold on the sauce. He should be aiming to get in front of him and try and build a margin. Because if he's stuck behind him, he's going to be losing time. A lot of time. Because, like you said, the sauce will have better grip and have better pace for a handful of laps. So, I think we might be seeing a dive bomb into turn 1, perhaps, from Woodboy. To desperately try and get in front and start building a margin on that first lap.
Exactly that. But here is your top 18 with pure gold on pole. Woodboy second, Humagic third, Barters P4, Chevron P5, Solomon Toddster P6, Aussie Rick 7, Soldier 8, Corrupted 9, Champingani 10. First person with free tyre choice, 7 Knight, on the hard tyres. 11. Alcatraz also on the hard tyres, P12. Renault P13 also on the hard tyres. P14, Cutsy, medium tyres. P15, Papa G, hard tyres. Conehouse P16 on hard tyres. Towel on hard tyres. Super on hard tyres. So only only one driver on the medium tyre in bottom 11. And that's Cutsy, so he really needs to get a good start on the people on the medium, on the hard tyres, and try and make his strategy work before he gets stuck on the one on hard tires, so you ought to play for between 11th and 18th.
Yes, damn me, I did put it on the tyre data. You can shut up now. Alrighty. This is going to be an interesting race start.
Yeah, start coming up online. Should be lining up right now just to start 31 laps in Singapore.
Alright guys, time for the longest Grand Prix of the year in terms of time. The most enduring race of the season. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. And oh my word, the McLaren almost KOing it there, and as suspected, Log Boy dive bomb turn 1 has now got in front of Pure Gold. A move he desperately needed to do there. Pure Gold second. Peter Magic still holds on to third. A nice little battle here for fifth. Oh, a whole train of... Oh, was there an accident back there? No,
sent it. I think a Ferrari sent it as well. Chaos in turn 5. As the Toro Rosso semi-pro absolutely loses it.
On the straight, completely lost the front wing. Yeah. Alcatraz, big loser out of that too. Down to 17th position. Oh, the McLaren in the wall. My word, what a start. Log Boy leading. He's already built up a second margin, almost a second margin to Pure Gold. Seems that their front wings are all intact. Yellows in sector 2. Oh, Papa G's in the wall.
Papa G goes too deep, probably into the wall, probably gets hit from behind the other. But it was a chaotic start from the very beginning from the McLaren. I think it was Conehouse who just loses it on his own.
On his own, completely on his own.
And then all hell broke loose in turn 4, where I think the Ferrari just sent it and then just literally dive bombed it literally almost half the field and broke 3 cars from wing. And then for semi-pro was probably ping-ponged in the middle of all that in the DRS straight. And lost all his front wing. As Conehouse, Papa G and semi-pro all have to pit
for new wings.
New wings, yeah. But out in front, it's Log Boy who needed that start. You could say at the beginning that he needed a good start and got it.
5-second penalty there for Papa G, speeding in the pit lane.
Just to add more misery. Yeah, he needed that. He just needs to try and create a gap as best as he can for the first potentially 5 laps. As long as those tyres can hold them up.
A small little battle here between Servanite Brenner and Very Lazy Town. Barca's 3-second time penalty already for multiple warnings. It's only lap 2. My word.
Probably have to avoid a lot of cars. Start maybe it was a bit too chaotic.
Yes, Wog Boy, a 1.5 second margin already to Pure Gold. But that will slowly diminish, I believe.
Because winner was Cutscene, getting 4 positions at the start of that race. Up into P10 right now, doing a solid job. On the medium tyre, he needed that because he was the only one who started in the bottom of the start on the medium tyre. So, could be one to watch. Candidates probably get a decent result.
What I am a little bit surprised by is how spread out the top 3 are. Oh, almost top 5, but yeah, the top 3 already. Second margins between them.
Yeah, except for obviously Toster and Chevron, who are
Having a
going at
nice
it.
little battle.
DRS zone. Toster goes around the outside on Chevron, takes P4. But Chevron tries to fight back. Doesn't really work for him.
So after the starting 2 laps, Cutsy has made the most positions. He's made up 4. Champagne Garni has made up 3 places, Toster 2. The biggest loser out of all of that was Barters, down 4 positions into 8th. But everywhere else it's pretty okay.
Barters is probably really unlucky by second from the start. But is starting to find his feet now, but he's under pressure from Champagne Toster Rita actually. As he's starting to cause a small train with about 5 cars. Potentially 6 cars. Corrupted is at the back of that train. Right now. So
well, within a second of each other.
Probably something that's an issue right now. As Wogboy pitched from lap 4. So that was really early.
That's very early. Very, very early. Onto the medium compound tyre.
So he's set on. On for a 2-stop then.
He's set on for a 2-stop. Does he have the pace to do it? To pull it off? He does have clear air. And arguably is one of the faster drivers on the grid.
Does, but he needs some track position, and it's gonna be quite tricky to get that, especially if like the ones.
Well, the next car in front of him is very Lazy Towel, who is 11 seconds in front of him. And considering the sheer pace differential between the mediums and the hards, he's going to catch up to them very, very quickly. And then has to overtake him as well as all the other cars he's battling. So,
exactly.
Oh, the Haas!
They're all in the battle as...
Haas in the wall there, Breno. At the hairpin just before the back straight. Hasn't lost anything.
It's all on how he can get through the field, especially with all the hard runners going very long. They're going to go potentially 20 odd laps just so they can go and put on the medium or soft tires to the best.
And to overtake him at a track like this, it's going to be quite the challenge for Wildboy.
It is, as Barter spins.
I was wondering where the flags were.
Bartos loses all his positions. He was
running
well in 6th place.
Completely destroyed there. Unlucky for him.
Well in 7th place. Was like the leader of that train, where I had sought to read to Cutsy and Corrupted, but
maybe he got a nudge. Maybe he did it by himself.
We'll find out as Tal gets past 7. So P10 is now in the points.
So, back towards the leaders. We haven't talked to them about them very much. Pure Gold, a 1.8 second margin to Toadster in the Red Bull. Then Rizzy Wick. Then Hooter Magic. He's lost a couple of positions. He was in 3rd the last time we saw him. Maybe he's 4 seconds behind Pure Gold. He may have made a mistake at some part of the circuit.
Yeah. Start third. I'm not sure if he had that slap or just made an error. So far, I mean, he's still trying to catch Malzy Rick now. Malzy still doing a solid job, gaining 3-4 position at the start as well.
Well, a small train is starting to develop from P4, P5 with Chevron and Champagne Garni with DRS. Can he do anything? Not quite close enough there.
just a mini battle as Corrupted pins for his soft tires on lap 6, which was projected stop. He also goes on medium tires. Always has the fastest up to 40.6, trying to make his strategy work for him.
That's McLaren in as well. Servanite.
Probably had damage. Probably the reason why he was slow on those hard tires is that he sustained damage, and Bartas obviously
coming
the
right
accident.
in front of the Toro Rosso. And Bartas as well, yes, having to replace his front wing. Unfortunate for him. On the hard tyres now. Not sure if he can make it to the end. 25 laps on hards.
Yeah, we're only on lap 6. 31. Oh, the Singapore Grand Prix. And we got a battle going on with Champion Gandhi and Chevron now for P5.
Actually, that's something we haven't mentioned yet. Safety car. Now, yes, it barely exists within F1 2019. We barely see it. Do you think we might see it tonight here at Singapore?
No. No.
You're right. But it is Singapore, you know.
It is
We
Singapore,
should.
I know, but even we should, but I've honestly not seen a safety car in Singapore all game long.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not sure what's happened with Codemasters and the safety car.
Not sure. Yeah, not sure as Champion Gandhi gets past Chevron and DRS, does he?
Alcatraz. Where on earth is he?
Alcatraz does retire. I think he
Oh,
retired.
yeah, he has retired. Oh, where on earth is that? Oh, that's right. Okay.
Retired.
Just before the
Retired.
tunnel section.
Yeah. Tunnel section. Almost. Today, yeah, it almost takes out semi-pro up. But at the moment, Todster, all of a sudden, within 2/10 of Pure Gold. Maybe Pure Gold made an error because he had that 1.5 second lead. Just narrowed that gap a lot.
Ooh, yes, you're right, man. Very lazy time in Rod Boy. Now, I know Rod Boy's going to try and get past as quickly as possible, but will Lazy Tal hold him up? As he gets a 3-second time penalty.
Pure Gold is struggling right now. He's looking at the lead right now. Very close.
Yeah, it's down to
get DRS.
7/10 of a second, yeah. As Alcatraz leaves the session.
So gets DRS. Got a good run from the exit.
Well, at the very least, one of our predictions was right. Alcatraz will either have a driver of the day performance. Well, he didn't necessarily crash out turn 1, lap 1, but he did indeed retire. Unlucky for him. But Todster right up to the gearbox of Pure Gold now.
He is. As Pure Gold got very, very narrow going into the hairpin, and that gives Todster a better run. Not much you can do about it. Obviously, there's no DRS zone here in this game anyway.
I've just noticed the battle for 5th place was between Chevron and Champagne. That suddenly has seriously disappeared.
Yeah,
They were almost losing it there, Chevron.
I think some people are now starting to struggle a little bit on the medium tires. Pure Gold probably. Todster seems comfortable. And Aussie Rick is just hanging in the back in the distance right now. just waiting to
Well,
pounce if anything happens. Top two.
as I look at Rizzy Rick's telemetry, he has got plenty of ERS, so he's just hanging in behind, saving a bit of fuel, bit of ERS, a bit of tyre, sort of putting it in his back pocket, just waiting.
Yes, he is, as we see him move for the lead potentially as Pyogo goes defensive.
Side by side.
Tutsa holds it around the outside, but he gets the high ground on the inside.
Oh, don't do a Russell and Grosjean.
Gives him the space, and Pyogo gets the high ground again. Pyogo still holds onto P1.
Proctored 3-second time penalty there. Oh, nice battle here for third. And now Rizzy Rick, probably without using any of his ERS. Yeah, still about that 80% mark. He's now thrown himself right into this. One boy, 3 seconds as well.
But Rick is still holding it back at the moment. He tries to get another go at DRS as
Pure
does
pit.
This kind of opens the opportunity for Rick to try and close that gap. He's got that ERS now to try and get past Dodson because he seems more comfortable than the pair of them.
He's definitely got the upper hand when, compared to Toddster and Pure Gold. Hello Alcatraz, welcome to the stream. Yeah.
Champagne Gani caught up to Hoot Magic very quickly, and now it's up to P3 after Pure Pit as well. That was actually very quick actually. So maybe Champagne Gani has better pace, better race pace. He didn't show it in qualifying, but
he did qualify in the 10, didn't he, Champagne?
Yeah.
So those are slightly used medium. I think you're right. He definitely seems to have very nice race pace. Let's just see.
What's crucial about that pit stop is that look what he actually got ahead of Pure Gold. Now on the back of
and a 10-second margin too, which is pretty healthy, between Pure Gold and World Boy.
Pure Gold is on the hard times going to the end. So Boy does have to pit again, so he does have to do the overtaking if he wants to at least challenge for the win, which is going to be quite tricky because Pure Gold was very good defensively, trying to hold on for his lead. He had the opportunity to lose it, which he didn't do.
It does help with the track. Or almost losing it there, Katsu. It does help with a track like this, so it's, as you said before earlier in the stream, this track is all about track position. It's a lot easier to defend here than attack. The only real attacking zone is at the end of the second DRS straight. You can't even really overtake into the first DRS straight unless you ride up somebody's gearbox. But, as we see there, Wog Boy now into 5th.
Where gets past 5th. But Purple doesn't really have to catch Wog Boy necessarily. You can literally just stay within the time that Wog Boys are doing, and you can be fine. But because the pit stop last is around 20 seconds, give or take, so.
But as we see here, Toddster up 5 places, same with Rizzy Rick. Champagne up 7, a beautiful drive from him at the moment. Salted up 4. The biggest mover of the field is the very lazy tail, the hard compound tyre. He's up to P7 from 17th on the grid, made up 10 places. A fantastic drive from him so far.
Yes, hasn't pitted of course, so he's obviously going long until he feels it's right to go on whatever tyre he feels is the right strategy for.
Okay, so Dermy just asked me for both of our opinion. From this point, oh, Papa disqualified from the session, parked in a dangerous location. I just caught the end of that. He was at the final chicane, just before the back straightaway, the front straightaway. Sorry. But Doug, Demi just asked me, who wins from here? From our current situation, who wins from here?
At the moment, it's looking like Todster might win this race because he's actually got decent pace to. Because he's not losing a lot of time to Pure right now. He will lose time, obviously, because Pure will get the undercut. But he'll have the fresher tires. You feel that with the laps he's putting in right now, he's doing enough just to at least challenge for that win. So Todster, for me, is probably favourite. If he can make the move stick.
And
Which
also,
he did
as
do
you said before, the medium tyre is quite consistent around here, even with high degradation. So, even though, like you said, that Pure Gold has done the undercut, Todster can still keep a relatively solid pace. Not incredible, but solid enough to try and keep that margin between him and Pure Gold. As I just say that, Todster's in the pits. So
it is in the pits. So he pits early. See where he comes out. Obviously, Wogway will overtake him. So Wogway is technically net lead until he was.
And poor Champagne pitting in the same lap. He's going to have a slow stop there.
So here's Todster. Towels in that. So yeah, Pure Gold does get ahead of Todster because of the undercut. But the gap's only 3 seconds, so you have to feel that Todster still win if you can make the move stick and actually get the overtake done.
He's got this. Because he
Pure Gold has been very defensive, very good defensively so far. So,
but one of the most important things you must have in your arsenal to defend is ERS, and at the moment Pure Gold is in mega conserve mode. Todster's got quite a fair amount. He's got 65% worth of ERS. Gold now has about 30%. So Todster's got a bit of ERS he can spend. I'm not sure about fuel, but he's definitely got a bit of ERS to play with to try and catch up to Pure Gold here. So I would imagine in the next couple of laps before they get to close
Rick goes around again. Rick goes around again. He's on 14 laps in these tyres now.
And still has plenty of ERS too. Massive amount of ERS.
He's playing the long game. Trying to hold out until on the hard time. Maybe he feels like he can go longer than that. We'll have to wait and see.
He obviously feels very comfortable on these medium compound tyres.
He does. What's interesting is that Pure Gold is not overtaking Tal yet. Still sitting behind him, which I feel isn't why he's moving yet, because Todster's flying right now. He caught him like a second coming into from after his outlap alone.
And we might see a move here. And indeed, Pure Gold does indeed get around. So he's now unleashed. But now Todster has to try and find a way around very lazy tail as well. Oh, this is going to be nasty.
Thought of going defensive, but let them go. He's not racing them.
So Todster was a massive beneficiary out of that.
100%. further down the field, you got Champagnani and Salzarita fighting for an FP4 at the moment by probably trying to challenge Rick, who's still yet to pit. He's on lap 15, he's still going.
Yeah, Aussie decided to stay out another lap. He wouldn't want to stretch him too far.
He won't stretch him too far, but at the moment it will put him around Champagne and Salzarita.
That is very true.
We've got yellow in sector 2 as it was Conehouse spins.
Yes, you're quite right. He's got about a 20-second margin to pure gold. One of the people in the comments section just asked, Rizzy Rick to softs, not hards. What do you think?
Possible. But softs don't last that long here.
No, it'll be a stretch.
He'd have to go like 20 odd laps on the medium tire.
And then ask 11 laps from the softs.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could do that.
I'll give him, if he can pull that off.
Because he's at this point now where pure gold is catching him by like a second lap at this point. So
Konas
if he does
retired
pit,
from the session.
Aussie Rick does pit.
So, he's most likely changing to the hard compound tyre, which he is. Oh, and a 5-second penalty.
So where does he come out? Does Champagnani get past? He does not. So do the magic. Champagnani. Magic at Aussie Rick, sorry to say. Come up closer together. Can Who the Magic do anything about it?
Renault 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. I'm quite surprised. Now, did Aussie Rizzy Rick have to serve a penalty when he was in the pits? Because when I had the camera on him, he just sort of disappeared. It was kind of weird. He just disappeared.
I think that was a glitch.
Oh, okay.
Where the pit thing just bugged. But no, he didn't have a penalty. He's
Right,
fine,
so
but
he's lost a
already
lot
on the
of
back
time.
He did, and I'm not sure whether or not staying out longer was worth it. But
he does have supremely fresher tires versus the other two.
He does have 5-lap pressure tires.
That's Todd starts.
As Walkway. Wait goes for his second stop.
So where will this put him?
It would put him out 8th place around Salzarita. Champagnani, Aussie Rick gets past Towel.
He's on the hard compound tyre, so he's not going medium. He's going from mediums to hards.
Can't be right. That can't be right. I think it's glitched. He's actually on hard tyres.
He's gone hard tyres. He's gone hard tyres. I
think he made an error selecting tyres because.
I mean, is it the tyre glitch or?
No, game's registered using hard tyres.
He's on hard tyres.
It's actually racing. Yeah, he's on the wrong tyre. But
this is going to be the biggest development of the damn race. He's on hard tyres. I mean, the mediums can make it from here, can't they? Yeah, 15, 16 laps on... Oh. Actually, as I say that, 15, 16 laps on mediums. Bit of an ask. But maybe he didn't have any more fresh yet.
Medium tire. I think he didn't qualify at all on the medium tire.
Oh, very lazy tail in the wall there, just before the tunnel section. Complete lost the front end plate. He'll probably have to hit box.
Yeah, that's been change his tires. I don't know what happened there. Probably someone probably sent him. He doesn't hit.
Multiple warnings there for tail.
Oh no, he does.
So
this is a battle for the lead then. Todster versus Pure Gold.
Half a second in it. Now, if you were Todster right now, would you want to stay in behind him and wait towards the end of the race? Or, considering this is Singapore and how difficult it is to overtake here and how important track position is, do you try and attack him now?
I think buy your time is the best thing you could do, but if you have the opportunity to do it, why not go for it? Which gets an okay drive coming out of that corner, so can't do much here because the straight isn't long enough. He kind of has to wait for DRS, but as we've seen, Pure Gold defended really well when they're on the medium tyres together and they're on switching up tyres, so now on Todster on the fresher tyres, Pure Gold can hold on. It's 13 laps to go. Still 13 laps to go.
Still 13 laps. I did say it was the longest Grand Prix. "13 very, very long laps where anything can happen." And let's not discount Aussie Rizzy Rick here. Sufficiently.
Aussie Rick didn't catch a second in that lap.
I mean, he is almost 4.5 seconds behind. But
it's not quite fast up on hard tyres, impressive. But
oh, hang on, we might have to change for the lead here.
As
no, not
Todster
quite.
goes around the outside, Pure Gold cuts him off.
Oh, again, twice. Good hard driving from these two. Pure Gold desperate to hold on. But as these two are battling, Rizzy Rick is constantly catching.
Yeah, he's found another second in the first sector alone. You gotta feel it's only a matter of time where Todster can get past, and you'll probably just run away, probably win the Grand Prix, but
he just seems to have better pace. He just looks a lot.
He might have better pace, but he doesn't have track position.
No. And Pure Gold's making sure he knows that. On lap 19, the lap before this, Aussie Rizzy Rick was about 4.5 seconds behind. He's now 3 seconds behind.
29.
So, it's not just a fight between these two.
Putting him nicely into play, but whether or not he can overtake.
Yes, you're right.
Todster is trying to have another go.
Again, trying to find a way through, and Pure Gold is just shutting the door.
It's the closest battle at the moment. It's a battle for the lead.
Yeah, it seems like it though. I'm looking at the timing sheets. There's nobody close to each other, except for Chevron and Hootenanny. They're starting to get close, but yeah, this There's not a lot going else in the field right now. This is where it's at. And thank goodness it's for the win too.
Yes, obviously he can't get through here. So pretty much no taking opportunities around the last sector. He has to, again, try and use the DRS and try and use all he can to get a good exit through here. Last corner. Pjorgård does get a bad exit, bad run.
Oh, I'm on board now with Todster. He's going to look around the outside, brake a bit later? No.
Yeah, Pjorgård
Oh,
goes
but
too deep.
Pjorgård runs wide. Todster has the inside. And still, Pjorgård somehow is hanging on.
He's going a bit too defensive. He might get compromised here. Todster might get a better run here coming into the DRS. So Pjorgård has to go defensive again.
Oh.
Should be the lead. That all started because he had that bad exit.
Oh.
And he goes right round the outside. Takes the lead of the Grand Prix.
And Pjorgård, I think his fight is over. I don't think he can attack Todster now.
There's that one error in the last sector, last corner.
I was going to mention that even though it's not an overtaking sector, if you lose your rhythm through sector 3, you leave yourself vulnerable into the DRS zone onto the pit straight, and
You can, yeah.
so much
That
so
was a perfect example. Perfect example right there. Just got a little bit crossed up in the last corner, and then just lost his drive coming onto the exit, and Hotzer nailed it. Did everything he needed to do. Pjorgård got a bit too defensive, went too deep into turn 1, and she wrote.
I was just about to say, Aussie Rizzy Rick, they're all within DRS range of each other.
Yeah. I think Todster is about to start to check out. Already built up a second lead. Now Aussie Rick's turn to try and get P2 from starting 7th.
Now, if
Having a fine race.
If Rizzy Rick can find a way past, which is going to be a challenge, do you think he can challenge Todster at all? If Todster does indeed check out.
If he can make this move stick very soon, because it's only a handful of laps he could do it in. There's potential, but he needs to make the pass in about a lap. As Pjorgård loses back end, he actually loses it.
Well, there we go. Problem solved.
I wouldn't say problem solved.
No.
Poor old Pjorgård. Loses the back end. I think his tyres are finished. He was the earliest to pit. He was struggling on the Riz all race long.
Yeah, it's a very valiant effort from the Ferrari driver. Fantastic defensive driving for God knows how many laps that was. With obviously a car that just isn't quite nice on its tyres. He managed to make it out for this one, so credit to Pjorgård really.
That was a shame. It's like he did so much defensive work just to try and hold on to that lead, but I guess just took too much of the tyres and just didn't really work out. It was unlucky for him to lose the back end just like that. Second place like that.
Yes, a very unfortunate day for the Ferrari driver.
But
But
now,
it kind of opens the door for this titanic battle for the end of the race. So, this is going to be good.
Yeah, and Aussie Rick's on 3-lap younger tyres than Todster.
And has, about 20% more ERS to play with as well. So he's got that up his sleeve.
Yeah, as Todster, I think Todster hit the wall coming into exit 7. And
it doesn't appear to be any damage.
Probably doesn't seem to be damaged here, right? again, this was like this when before the stops. Oziric was more comfortable
Mm.
than the pair of them when they were battling to medium ranges. But it's a question of whether he actually has the time now to be able to make them stick.
There's the time to catch up and then the time to overtake as well. I mean, Toddster's no slouch. He's going to defend that position as if his life depended on it. That's probably exaggerated a little bit, but there also seems to be a battle for third place as well between the Williams of Salted and Champagne.
That was starting to develop a little bit, actually. Solid was starting to catch. I think his tires are now starting to, both tires are starting to die off, and I think Champagne is fearing the worst of it. As Oziric is in DRS range, as is Solid Urethra. And Solid Urethra goes on the outside and goes really wide, sweeps around the outside. But Champagne Gani still maintains position. Oziric takes the lead. What happened to Todster?
Oh my word. As we were drawn into the battle for third, we lose the... Oh, for goodness sake.
We lose the lead. We lose the lead then.
Oh,
But,
sorry, people
okay,
watching. Yes, Todster must have made a mistake somewhere.
Must have made an error, because he was comfortably...
About a half a second, somewhere around a half a second.
He must have made an error, but he's starting to fight back. So maybe he just made a costly error.
Oh, into the wall, Oziric! There doesn't appear to be any damage on his car.
He is losing the back end a bit as well. Both struggling on tyres, I believe. So both the Red Bulls are fighting for...
Well, both Red Bulls on the podium. That's a very solid day for Red Bull. Well, that's if Salted had anything to do with it. Oh, that's very disappointing that we didn't get to see what happened there. I'm sure Todd Starr after the race will reluctantly inform us how he managed to lose the position.
Well, Oziric goes really deep.
Small rough off, yeah. Oh, very close to the wall.
Can he hold on? Oziric goes deep again.
There and is a yellow flag
as Solid Urethra now loses 2 positions. He tried to go for a move and didn't stick.
Rizzy just let Todster pass. For the lead.
Strange.
Okay. Something must be wrong with Rizzy's car then. And he's lost almost a second already.
Might happen.
Doesn't appear.
Well, Todster has a 3-second car. It shouldn't really great position.
He's out of DRS range. And gets a 3-second time penalty. Oh, for crying out loud. So much so for a titanic battle at the end of the race. Oh well, that's Formula 1, isn't it? It happens in Mexico, it can happen here.
I'd say it's quite climatic. I mean, we missed the main point of the lead, but can Oziric fight back, perhaps?
Yes, can Ozzy prove me wrong and start attacking Todster again? It just, it confused me that he already lost a second for whatever reason.
After making that error on the last lap, gets back past up to P5. Can he catch Wogboy? Although Wogboy is on the fresher tyres, I don't think he can catch. But back to the front as Aussie Rick catches Totster again. The gap is now under half a second. Or it was under half a second before he made the error. But Aussie Rick's been going way too deep. Dude, like, outbreaking himself on the last few laps. Almost like his tyres are going on the front. Just can't really stop that.
Ooh. Bit of a slide there from Rizzy. 3-second time penalty there for Champagne. That pushes him back towards Wogboy. He might lose this third. Unless Wogboy has a 3-second penalty as well. Is there any other battles going on or not? Oh, here we go. Chevron and Pure Gold. Pure Gold. Oh! Almost contact between those two.
Almost contact, but everyone maintains the position. 7. Pure Gold trying to do a recovery drive after the spin, he did.
And what times is... Oh, he's on this. He didn't box, did he? No, of course not.
Pure Gold did not.
I thought he might have damaged his front wing just a bit after the spin. But no.
It's the final 4 laps of the Grand Prix. I think it's pretty much set.
Rizzy Rick is now out of DRS.
DRS.
Just,
but looks like he's set for P3. Solid Urethra is set for. Actually, Solid Urethra is starting to catch Wogboy. Actually,
I did just notice that the times between them are starting to get quite a bit closer.
Within a second now, maybe Wogboy struggling on his tyres, which is quite surprising.
Yes, considering he has 5-lap pressure tyres.
Yep.
7-8 there, 3 seconds. Well, actually, I've been quite surprised how clean this race has been.
I mean, it was chaotic at the start. Going out.
Minus that, it's actually been pretty good. It's not been too chaotic. It was a bit at the start, but and even though it wasn't chaotic, we still got a fight for the lead. I mean, Rizzy isn't out of it yet. I mean, there's 3 laps to go. Anything can happen. I mean, yes, it doesn't seem... Oh, it's very wide there. It doesn't seem like he has the pace, but with 3 laps to go, anything might happen here.
Something might happen. Anything can happen. We're not over until it's over. But it's kind of a weird challenge though, Rick. Like, got the lead. I don't know what happened. We don't know what happened when he got the lead, but lost it again, and now all of a sudden he's found the pace again. Fight back. Maybe he was just pushing himself too hard, trying to test the limits. Maybe now he's finding that balance. But shit, I do not know. At the moment, he's all over the back of him, I guess.
Well, I was going to suggest that he might have been just saving a little bit here and there, but there's really not a big difference between the two, considering the RS. And even with fuel, like, Rizzy Rick is on the bubble of losing all fuel. Might run out towards the end of the race. It doesn't seem Toddster, there's no yellow fuel icon on him, so he seems to be fine for the end of the race. But Rizzy, now, again, right up behind his gearbox.
Yeah. This is a rather strange chase. But, chase, so, see if you can get after him, having up to the penultimate lap. Just to get a good exit, enough to save himself at this rate. Looking down the field, it's been pretty quiet, pretty much, except for Chevron, Human Magic, and Pure Gold, all now all together. As Human Magic makes an error in Chevron. 6.
So, oh, Rizzy has just, I think he may have just thrown the win away. Massive tank slapper out of turn 5 there. Absolutely massive.
Yeah, he was rinsing the battery, I think he was putting too much power down. He's running on the air now. But even with that error, he's still finding the time to get back.
Oh!
Again.
No, I think that's game, set, match for Rizzy. That's disappointing, but as we come through the final sector, coming into the final turn now for Toddster, we will now start lap 31 of 31 of the Singapore Grand Prix. I think it's about 5.5 kilometers left to go. I think it's about 5.5.
It's a bit crazy, eh?
Oh!
Start was a bit here.
Another 3-second time penalty. Yeah.
I think that's done.
Oh! He's lost a lot of rear end grip.
I think his tyres were dying. Interestingly, because he had the fresher of the 2 tyres. That's the interesting thing. But yeah, Toddster did everything right at the start. Technically, did do nothing wrong.
An exceptional race from the Red Bull driver. I mean, yes, we're quite disappointed that it didn't come up to its epic climax that we were all hoping to be, but you can't take it away from Toddster. What a brilliant drive it has been from him. Having to deal with Pure Gold and his brilliant defensive driving for a lot of that race. We thought it might have pushed him back into Rizzy Rick, and we probably all thought that Rizzy was in a probably better position to win the race than either Toddster or Pure Gold, but Toddster's pulled it off. Conserved his tyres, conserved his fuel, conserved his ERS, and today, hopefully, if he doesn't screw up these last 4 corners, which it doesn't seem like he's going to do, Toddster 99 of Red Bull Racing will win the Singapore Grand Prix. Fantastic drive from him. Rizzy Rick will finish provisionally second.
Wogboy takes.
And Wogboy gets third. Oh, would have been so nice for Red Bull to get a double podium, but he has to be happy with fifth. Good solid points finish for Red Bull. Wogboy, the softs let him down today. Salted in P4. Champagne P5. Huta Magic P6. Chevron P7, Pure Gold P8, Cut C in the Mercedes-Benz. Will now cross the finish line in P9. And actually, just before that disappears, we better look at how many positions he's struggling at. So there you go,
Butters.
comment section. Make your choice on who do you think should get driver of the day. Who do you think?
Talbot disqualified. In the last corner of the last lap, Tal gets disqualified. Who do I think is driver of the day?
Yeah.
I'll just give it a. I'll give it to Todd still, because
it was a superb drive.
It was a clean start. He didn't do anything wrong. He did try to attack field goal, but field goal defended very well. And he did everything he didn't give him the room, and it was fair. It was clean. Made the move stick to take the lead, and just tried to control it as best he could. Obviously, Aussie Rick did take him, but he got the place back. And just managed it very well, and that's all you need to do. So, for me, that was driver of the day for me. So.
I couldn't disagree. Sorry, I couldn't agree more. I completely agree with that. I made up 5 places, started 6. Very, very clean race from him, resulting in him finishing P1. Aussie Rizzy Rick P2. We all thought he had it in the bag, but his tyres unfortunately fell away for him, and he finishes in a very, very fine second place, with Wog Boy recovering, I think is probably the best word, to get P3. Williams P4, Salted Urethra, Champagne P5, Hooter Magic P6, Chevron P7, Pure Gold P8, Cutsy P9, and Breno rounds out the top 10. Barters in P11 there. I think it was a good race overall.
It was a solid race. We had action up and down the field more or less. We had a fight for the lead, which is always interesting to have, and yeah, it was chaotic at start. It was a solid 7 out of 10 race. It was a solid race.
Yeah, about a 7 out of 10. Yeah, I think that's about right. It wasn't chaotic to the point where it was just action left, right, and centre. It was building up to this nice moment towards the end of the race for the lead of the race, and yeah, it almost happened. It almost happened, but in the end, still a very, very good race. Anyway, thank you, Dougie, for commentating with me. It's always nice to have somebody who actually knows how to race talk about what's actually going on, even though you weren't talking for the first 36 minutes of the stream. I might be able to fill in a bit of the blanks back in the Discord, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a one-off, so as I said at the beginning, it was a one-off.
It's a one-off. So, it's the only time we get to see the grand Martin Brundle strutting his stuff in the com box. Anyway, people of the stream, thank you for watching. I'm sure a lot of you guys from the race are going to watch this and probably, you know, shit on me particularly for not getting the stream right the first time. Dougie for commentator. No, he said it's a one-off. He's going to go back to racing and he's going to go and kick our asses because that's what he's good at, because he's British. I mean, naturally European drivers are just better than us, so. Anyway, well, I'm not wrong.
I mean, yeah, sure. But, yes.
Anyway.
But yes. The next track is, I guess, Russia, so for DRS. So hopefully we'll see you guys there.
Alright. thanks again, people of the stream. Yeah, on to Russia. Should be good, hopefully.